Good morning. Finally gonna do a week in my life. It's been eons since I've done it. If you haven't seen my last video, I am officially an attorney in the state of Arizona. So I am now working as a full-time attorney in the immigration field. So my days are pretty fluid now. There's a lot going on. This week is actually not as busy as others, but that's probably a lie. I start the week on Monday and I'm like, you know what? This week looks like it's going to be fine. Next thing you know, I'm screaming, crying, throwing up. There's a lot of things changing and happening, yada, yada, yada. I just think my deadlines are like next week. So that's why this week isn't that bad, which is probably why I have the capacity to make this video. So y'all will probably very rarely get a video of me when it's like a full blown busy week, because I am not on my phone. I am like not at all thinking about my life. I'm purely focused on my job. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but my mind is completely encompassed by what I'm doing. So yeah, today's Monday. I'm starting the day from home. Well, I am going to be from home today. I don't have plans to go to the office or go to court or anything like that. I do have tons of meetings today. And yeah, I'll keep y'all updated. It's officially my work day. This is my updo. Just put my hair out of my face, mostly because I'm off the day with some machine walking. Probably gonna do like a mile, minimum 20 to 30 minutes. As y'all know, I am training for a half marathon and I have to take that ish seriously now. It's in November. We're at the end of August, so I need to get on it ASAP. At the most, I've still only done 4 miles and I'm running a 10K at the second week of September. So I need to get going with this. I think before I was like, just taking it chill, getting ready, and now I'm like, no, I need to like really get settled into a routine for this training, or if not, I'm literally gonna die on the half marathon. So yeah, this is it. I'm gonna be in and out of a bunch of meetings. If I have time, I'll update y'all, but gotta go. That first meeting was brutal. Being an immigration attorney right now is no joke, y'all. No joke. So immediately into the meeting, came to grab some water. Walking out of my office, I usually do that all the time. It's kind of one of my tactics to break away from very heavy things, or if I'm feeling tired or burnt out with whatever I'm doing, I immediately get up, come to the other room to get water, to get a snack, something to just physically break away from whatever it is I'm doing and take a little bit of a mental break. So that's my recommendation for y'all. If that ever happens, I would do that in law school too, when I was studying and just getting fed up with whatever I was doing. I would always do that. So it can be used, I think, for anything really. So yeah, that's the update. It is 10 in the morning. The day is going slow and it's gonna feel I can already tell it's gonna feel very burdensome because of all the meetings that I have today. So I'll update you when I can. Just finished my second meeting of the day and I have half an hour before my next one. But this one, wow, call me attorney. This meeting in particular was about case planning or brainstorming sort of thing. Obviously, all these cases that I assigned to, they're not at the beginning of the stage. There's been stuff that's happening. So a lot of the times I am just trying to figure out where we are. And so a lot of that is relying on the legal assistance, and we have social workers integrated into our practice here. So the social worker and just trying to understand where are we, where's the client at, what conversations have we had. One of our main priorities is to not re-traumatize our clients. So it's I don't want to go in and have a meeting with a client and bring things up that we already have the answers to and that wouldn't be helpful for the client to bring up again. So that was kind of the conversation I was having right now, in terms of for this case that I'm on, pursuing 2 new forms of relief and trying to understand maybe why they weren't pursued in the past from a previous attorney, or maybe if they had been started, where are we at now, how do we continue, who's having the conversation with the client, and things like that. And then just logistics, because I'm new to being an attorney, so I'm new to having legal assistance to work with. So just asking, how do you prefer that I set tasks for you? What kind of check-ins are we going to have? Is it going to be regularly?
often sort of thing, setting deadlines. Like all of this is like very new to me because again, I'm used to being the one who has the deadlines and who's being assigned things. So yeah, it's a new world for sure. So this was my first basically meeting that I set and that I am in charge of essentially, because so far in the last month that I've been an attorney, crazy, things were just happening to me. Like there was just already stuff happening, so I was basically working alone to just try to get them done by the deadlines that had already been like preset before my time and that I had no control over changing. So for this one, it was my first one that I'm basically actually in charge of. So that was a little nerve-wracking a little bit, but it was also perfectly fine because it's still immigration law. It's what I've been doing all these years. So I am comfortable having these discussions in terms of like, what are we looking for? Like what facts would be relevant? Like what will we need and things like that. So yeah, it was great. It was fun. It was half an hour. And yeah, technically it's lunchtime now. My next meeting is in 30 minutes. I'm not that hungry, but I'm going to go cut up some fruit or something just to hold me over for my next meeting. And then after my second meeting, I'll actually take lunch before my other meeting. So I'll update you. It's almost 4 p.m. Finally finished all my meetings. And I've been just getting some paperwork settled because I need to go to juvenile court tomorrow, first thing in the morning, to submit said paperwork. So, oh man, day has been long. It's been a while since I made this move, but I love having the window behind me for the vibes. I can hear the rain, can enjoy the sunlight actually hitting my screen instead of my face. The only thing is that it's a bit annoying in meetings because then I have like, you know, the sunlit in the back of me, so it's just like light on my face. But small price to pay. But anyway, that is the day. I don't plan on leaving my house, especially not now that it's raining. And since I meal prepped yesterday, I'm basically just gonna hang out. I did laundry this morning, so I do have to fold my clothes and all that stuff. But I think for the most part, I'm just gonna be hanging out at home with my Nintendo Switch and doing some reading. I do have some books that I'm reading right now. Not part of book club, just my own. So do some reading and play my Nintendo Switch for a little bit, and that'll be my day. So I'll update you all tomorrow. Good morning. My workday hasn't even officially started, and I already finished the filing that I had to do, which is crazy actually if you think about it. It's also like a rainy day today, so it's very humid and rainy and gloomy, which I don't mind. And I'm going back home. I'm working from home as well. I have a couple of meetings today, not as bad as yesterday, but today was my biggest thing actually. I was filing just some paperwork to again tell the courts that I am now like someone's attorney, and I need to wrap up some documents. So I came to do this first because I need to actually submit something for one of the cases, but I couldn't do that without being the attorney. Oh, I could have, but it would have been messier and still in the other attorney's name, and essentially just being like running an errand for the other attorney, versus now it's like it's my own work and under my own name sort of thing. So I needed to do this first. And I was rushing in the morning, which is why I hadn't updated y'all at all. I'm currently literally at the court right now. I just finished submitting it and it's 8:30 in the morning. So I'm gonna head back home, make myself a coffee because I literally just had cereal and like ran out the door. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee and sit down to do the rest of my workday. So I'll update you. All right, it's finally lunchtime. I obviously changed into comfy clothes. I'm a little bored because I've just had to do a lot of admin things. It's the end of the month, so I need to submit like my time sheets, like any expenses and things like that. So that's always very tedious and boring and can take a long time, especially in months like this one where I wasn't keeping up with it consistently. So I need to do it all at once. And so it's really annoying to have to go back and be like, what the heck did I do that day? So yeah, it's not fun. But I'm finally gonna sit down to have lunch. And I was also working on the filing that I need to make because I have a meeting right after lunch on it. So I was doing that. But I'm having my shepherd's pie that I made In the last video, I guess if you haven't guessed it, I did the weekend in my life, and then I'm doing the week right after. Fuck. This is gonna be in a regular rotation for sure. I'm gonna read. This has taken me forever. I mean, last time I read a classic like this was War and Peace, and that shit took me years. This one, I think at this point we might be going into a year maybe, but it's because it's so freaking tedious. And I don't know, I feel like my review for this is not going to be very positive because I feel like it's so tedious. I felt like maybe the first third of the book, which is like already like, you know, 300 pages, decent chunk, I loved it. It was great. There was movement. I like resonated with the character. It was great. But then once I think we hit one of the like major plot points, everything went downhill from there, from my perspective, because I felt like this is just getting elongated for no reason, bringing in new characters, new plot lines, new things. I don't know. And also I felt like the original plot has been kind of lost in all this. So I'm like, what are we even doing here? Like, what's the point? Who are we talking about? Why are we talking about it? So right now it's getting a little interesting. I'm on page 705, but yeah, I just feel like it's plot lines within plot lines, and that there's no overarching connection for them besides the main character, and I don't think that's enough. So at this point it's a chore, but I am not someone who does not finish books. I don't like that new trend because I like to be able to formulate my thoughts on a book based on like concretely having finished it and not my assumptions about where the plot was going based on summaries or other folks' opinions. So I'm someone who definitely finishes books even if I am feeling unsatisfied with them, which honestly doesn't happen very often. It's pretty rare that I pick up a book initially that I don't like, because my taste, I know my taste. And if I'm picking up a book, it's gonna be something I already know I'm gonna want, or it's been referred to me by a good friend who knows my likes. So usually doesn't happen, but because I am trying to read through some classics, I guess it's like, yeah, hit or miss, because they're just classics. Doesn't mean they're freaking good. I think that's a lesson I'm learning, but I don't think that's gonna stop me from trying to read classics, even if I am unsatisfied with them. So yeah, that's the update. I'm gonna eat my lunch and then hop onto some meetings. I have 2 this afternoon, and I'll update you whenever I can. The day is finally over. Oh, I don't know why today felt so draining, but it did. So I'm gonna go literally lay in my bed and just rot for like an hour. I'm not quite hungry yet, so probably end up having dinner around 6, and then I do have a phone call with a friend at 7:30, so I'm excited. And I do need to do some tidying and things. I am going to go to the office tomorrow, so gotta prep for that. Not much to do, but still gotta prep for that. And I'll keep y'all updated mañana. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday morning. I feel like this week is dragging on. I was chatting with my friend yesterday until like 11 p.m., which was great. We don't talk as often anymore just because we're both busy AF. She's still in San Francisco. She works at a hospital. She's a doctor in audiology. Y'all have never met her because she's the one who's like camera shy. So she's never been in any of the videos. But yeah, we were talking for a long time, and then I went to bed. It was perfectly fine. I guess I was just more tired than I thought from the day itself, because I didn't get up when I wanted to, because I was going to go on a run today, but clearly I have not. And I'm really struggling to get on my half marathon. I don't know why. I really just don't feel like running lately, which is a bummer with how excited I was initially. But my favorite activity right now in the morning is watching the next episode of Summer I Turned Pretty before my work day starts. I love that it's like ready and available for me in the AM. I'm gonna be starting off the day here. I have my one-on-one with my manager
So I'm gonna do that here. It's in the morning. And then after that's over, I'm going to head over to the office because I have a meeting with a client in the afternoon at the office. So that's the plan for today. Yeah, I'll update you whenever I can. I don't know if any of y'all are following the Some Rich and Pretty saga, but that episode is the reason I live. I read that series when I was a kid, so I've always enjoyed it. And this episode is making all the pain worthwhile because all the other ones are pissing me off. But today's was everything I needed, everything I wanted. Yeah. It was great, and I finished just in time, so that's why I came to log in. And I'm gonna change my top, do a little something to my face. My meeting is in an hour and a half, so I have time, but I do need to work on a few things before that meeting, so I'm definitely gonna hit the ground running right now, and I'll update you. Just love getting more assignments when you talk to your manager. I'm not upset by anything. It's actually a pretty cool assignment, but that was a long meeting. That was like a full hour and like 10 minutes of just sitting there, going over cases and strategies and getting new things and stuff like that. So yeah, I am a busy bee. There is work to be done in this house. But like I said, I am gonna go to the office, so I'm going to kind of pack up my stuff and pack a lunch and things like that and head over. And yeah, and keep on working. That's a Wednesday for you. I'll update you. Made it to the office. I have an hour before my client gets here, which is perfectly a-okay. I mean, I already had everything prepped before I left my house, so I didn't. I just like to be here early in case the client arrives early or in case there's anything last minute that I need to do, which is essentially what I'm going to check on right now. It's 1:20 p.m. already. We're in the afternoon slump. I do need to send a couple emails, which is what I'm going to do right now. All right, I'll update you. I'm back, and I immediately took off my work clothes because I don't have any more meetings. I'm not going anywhere else. And I'm gonna have a strawberry popsicle with a bit of chocolate that I made myself yesterday. Would recommend getting yourself these little kits that they sell everywhere, because it's so easy just to blend anything you have and with like Greek yogurt and some milk, and then boom, popsicle. Any flavor you want. All right, I promise this time it was not my fault. I think right after I updated you all, or like in the last hour of work, we had an emergency come up that is ongoing. So tomorrow is going to be very busy, and we may or may not be flagged over the weekend. So it is quite intense. So I actually worked today until 7:30 p.m., which I've never done. But there was just a lot of prep that needs to happen. I have a 9:30 a.m. meeting. This required a lot of prep for, so I worked today basically late prepping for that meeting, and then I also have an afternoon meeting, so there's gonna be a lot going on tomorrow. So I'll see what I can update you. Probably not much, because I will most definitely not be on my phone most of the day, or really in one place most of the day. There's going to be a lot of going around back and forth and stuff, but I will try my best to end this vlog in a cohesive manner. So I'll update you. Quick update. It is 8:30 a.m. I logged into work an hour early because I wanted to make sure that I was mentally and I guess physically like prepared for what I'm gonna do this morning. So yep, I'm on my way now to the office, and then I'm gonna go. I'm back from the morning segment of my meeting. I'm so tired, very emotionally draining, and now
the worst part of it is just doing the like logistic stuff now. I need to go scan documents. I need to go like do all these things, which is a pain in the butt, especially when you're already emotionally drained from the actual activity. And I'm also not done. I have another one at 3 and it's currently 1 o'clock. I just really quickly ate lunch, but I need to scan those things before my next one, so I'll update you if I can and if I remember. I kid you not. I had just checked my phone and then I remembered, oh shoot, I'm vlogging and this is the end of the vlog and I haven't updated. It is 5:30 p.m. I think. I am now just sitting down to eat some dinner. I am so tired. From the moment I walked out of my house, I did not stop once. My brain still hasn't turned off and I don't think it will. Because I'm gonna be on call for the weekend if anything happens that we need to go in person for. So I just think I'm gonna be thinking about stuff. And then I also, in terms of like admin, there's like some tasks I didn't finish in terms of like adding notes about meetings and things like that. Just because I was having so many meetings, so I didn't have time to go in and add those things. So, and things keep coming in and I haven't checked because I've been trying to give myself some peace to eat food because I was starving and I'm starting to have a headache. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep working and like do all those things or if admin can like wait. Because technically this is a long weekend. I'm supposed to be having Monday as a holiday and instead I'm going to be on call. But I'm like, okay, being on call doesn't mean I have to like work. Like maybe I can just wait till Tuesday, make that my admin day and do all the things I need to submit. So I don't know. People are still working. I mean, we were all still working until around 7 p.m. yesterday, just because that's when we found out about this emergency action that we needed to do. So we were all working. At this point though, I'm trying to see the vibe, but also I'm trying to be cognizant of my own boundaries. So yeah, one thing for sure is that it's Friday, so there's adorations at the church until 8 p.m. and I try to go every Friday. So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go, and that's gonna be probably my reprieve because I'm obviously gonna turn off my phone and stuff at that time. So I will see. I'm gonna go check on what the heck they've been talking about. I'm gonna go to adoration right now and then come back and call it a night. So I'm gonna call this the end of the vlog. Things got crazy at the end. Hopefully this was, I don't know, honestly this week felt a little bit like law school did, in the sense like I'm tired always and there's always something to do. So it is interesting the parallels you get to student life, but at the same time obviously what I'm doing has nothing to do with what I was doing in law school. So it is quite different, and I think just being in the beginning stages of this a career, there's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot of things that I get nervous about still. So how I felt at the 3L year, being way more confident in what I was doing and just like excited to get the F out of there. This feels more like my 1L year did. Like I feel more nervous, a little shyer about making decisions and things. I mean, there's certain things that I'm like, I just know stone cold because of all the experience I had in law school, given that I didn't move from my career of choice, which is immigration law. But there's a lot of things that just come with the administrative side and that of being a lawyer that it's very chunky, and that I'm like, is this what I do, sort of thing. So yeah, it's interesting. Let me know if you have any questions or if I should do a deep dive into how these weeks have been or things that I've noticed. Obviously regarding confidentiality, not having to say anything, not being able to go into details, of course. So let me know. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I can't even look at the camera. But that is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.